and welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build. Today we are creating another schoolhouse. This one is going to be up in the downtown area of the world. So in total, this world will come with two schools for your Sims to attend. I have decided, if you haven't noticed by the title of this video of this lot, I decided for this one to maybe appear a little bit more like an old orphanage. And I have the rabbit hole schoolhouse or school is down in the basement of this lot, but on the exterior area it's going to, at least I'm hoping anyway, will look more like, I don't know if it really looks so much like an old orphanage or not, because I'm trying to make everything look, you know, style wise it's the same as everything else. So, but I do think it did end up looking pretty good. But that's kind of the idea that I'm going with this, is to make it kind of look like it has, you know, it's supposed to be like an orphanage. Your Sims aren't going to be able to go inside the building or anything like that. Sure, of course, once you're playing in this world, if you would like your Sims to go in and you want to go ahead and decorate it, you very well can. All I just did on the inside is just kind of block everything in black. And then I even put like a wall and stuff around the front door to help prevent Sims for, I don't know, I don't know if they would actually go in it or not. I didn't want them to be able to go in it or have a reason to go in it, so that's why I kind of put a wall and everything and closed the area right behind the door. That way they wouldn't have any reason to go in there. But I do have the floors, the walls, everything is done in black. That way when you're on the lot and you're moving around from the basement area to the top, you know, it just helps direct your eyes, I guess, in my opinion, to the areas that you want your Sims to go to. So basically what I'm trying to do right here is I wanted the stairs to look like they had, you know, a wall underneath them. I don't always like the look of the stairs to be open underneath, and in this case I wanted it to be able to look like it had a foundation underneath it. And unfortunately, when you change the level of the walls or the foundation from the default, you can't make the steps have, they don't come with the wall with it. So in order to do that, I have to go in and use the constrained floor elevation sheet, as you can see me messing with that right now. It's very tedious. It takes time and a lot of fiddling to get it right, and sometimes you end up messing the whole thing up, or like in this case, the stairs don't want to go back where you had them. I'm thinking, yeah, I ended up cutting most of it out because I fought with those stairs like crazy just to try to get those back. But as you can see, the look that it does create, I like that kind of look. But again, when you're dealing with walls or the foundation and it's not the defaulted size, if you make it taller or you make them shorter, the stairs do not automatically create the wall underneath. So of course I had to do it myself. Now here I am kind of working with the inside of it. I was originally going to have it, when I first started working with this, I was originally going to have it where the Sims entered inside this building. That way it kind of looked like they were going inside through the front doors to go in the basement. But I struggled, I struggled so much with this lot. I had a hard time trying to figure out how I wanted it to look. And then I fought with the school on top of everything else. Like, this lot was just, I don't know, it was a bear, I guess I could say. So one thing that I have learned with putting rabbit holes in the basement, that if the basement area isn't quite big enough, as you'll see here, the rabbit hole has a tendency to poke through. Like if you go up to the upper levels, you will see the rabbit hole that you put down, it'll come through, and it was kind of a headache, I guess you could say. I was really struggling with this. You'll see I'm trying to move everything around. I thought I had it because I had the school, you know, underneath, and it wasn't coming up. That's why I kept going up and down, was to check to see if the school was appearing again like it was. And I finally got that. As you can see, it's finally, that part's done. I don't know, I might go back in the video and I might fiddle with it more. I don't really remember. I did create this lot probably, we're probably looking at close a month ago. I was away out of state for about a week, not that, a few weeks ago, so I wasn't able to get any more building done. And I had done this lot before I had left, so I don't fully remember everything that I had to do with it, but we'll see right here in this video everything that I got to do. So I was, like I said, trying to figure out how I wanted it to look, honestly. I went through so many different design styles and changing this and that before I finally came up with a look that I was happy with. I wanted it to have a turret. As you can see, I'm putting one in right there. I thought that would help bring it into this style, but I was not happy with the way this looked. I ended up scrapping pretty much the whole entire third floor there. I ended up taking that out. I take a lot of stuff out of this one, and I don't end up keeping it. So a lot of the video is me just pretty much fighting with everything about this lot, fighting with the roofing, fighting with the style, how does it look. It was just all kinds of stuff that I was just fighting with, and I was struggling with it, and I would get so far with the building of it, and I'd look at it and I'd be like, this is not looking like anything else in the world. It's like, what do I need to do to try to get this to match with like the town hall that sits right catty corner to it? How do I get this to look like the police station and the military station that's just up the road just a little ways that you can see from this building? And I was like, I was just really struggling with getting it to look the way I wanted it to look. I do eventually get there. I do eventually get it to look how I want it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I do like how it came out. Now with all my lots, I have gone in and did a few more testing with everything. I really want to make sure that the Sims use the lots, at least hopefully without any issues. I don't want them getting stuck. I don't want them to be trying to do something on the lot and they complain that they can't get to something or something's blocked. So I am doing some testing after these videos. So this lot here especially got a lot of testing done because I wanted to make sure that the Sims could go in, because I ended up putting down, you'll see it, I think I already put them in at the very beginning of this video. I put in some like posts for the horses to be tied up to. I put those in down below. And I wanted to make sure that you could do everything with the horses. I wanted to make sure that the horses could go inside. I wanted to make sure that you could tie them up and you could then go to school. There was a lot of things I did have to change. I had to take out the archway that I put in, which was mostly just for decoration because I liked having like the frame and everything around the area. But I had to take that out because the horses could not go in with that arch there. So that's going to be one thing that's different from what you see in the building part of it. I believe for the screenshots that is updated. I believe anyway. I believe when I took the screenshots that was after I did all the testing, but I could be wrong. But anyway, like I said, that arch will eventually go away. You won't see it in the video though, but when you download the world and you look around at the buildings and stuff, just know that some stuff might be a little bit different from the video, just because after I did some testing on the lot, there was some things that I would have to change because it didn't work. And the arch is one of them. I had to change the way in the area underneath where the horses are going to be put. I had changed that a little bit because my Sim did struggle. They were not able to tie the horse up and then walk around the horse and go down in the basement, even though it looked like there was more than enough room. I'm not really too sure why, but they just couldn't, so I ended up changing that. That's a little bit different. It still looks the same, like I still have all the same objects. There's still the entrance to the basement is still there. It's just a little bit different, moved, in a little bit there, and and everything seems to work pretty good. So as you can see, I just went ahead and jumped to where the lot had all the coloring. I was struggling for quite a while to try to figure out how I wanted it to look with the colors and the brick and what I wanted to do and with the windows. So I thought instead of recording 20-30 minutes, actually I probably spent longer than 20 minutes, but in video time I didn't want to add an extra 10 to my video, and all I'm doing is just sitting here going through patterns. I mean, nobody really wants to sit here and watch me go through patterns. There's nothing really to learn from that other than actually, there's nothing to learn from that, actually. I would think that most everyone already knows how to change patterns, so I wouldn't really want to sit there and watch somebody just go through them either. So I was doing a lot of trying to figure out on the colors here. So I do go to the other side of the building to check the color, because the front of the building is in the shade and the colors never look quite the same. So I use the back a lot to try to come up with the color. So you'll see me do that every now and then. So here I am just trying to put in the posts here to make it look like those parts do have at least some support. And I put some more here on this side as well. And I just kind of like put them down in the dirt a little bit. Now the one thing I was noticing that causes an issue with this is it goes into the basement area. And it was wanting to disappear, and I'm not really too sure, but I do get it figured out and get whatever this glitch and everything. I got it to stop by removing the basement portion itself, and then I was able to put those in like I wanted them to. So that was an issue I was having. So just kind of keep in mind, if you use the Builder's Tool mod that moves objects around and you lower them like I am right here into the dirt, just know that if there's a basement underneath, it's going to cause some issues with that. So just kind of keep that in mind. It wasn't something that I ever knew about, and I had to kind of figure that out on my own as well. So here I am just getting everything colored in the black, like I said, again, to just try to help distract your eyes so you're not looking at all the areas that your Sims cannot go to. And then here I am. That's where I put that tiny little wall room right there just to help keep the Sims. I don't think they would go in there for any reason, but you really never know. So I just went ahead and put that wall there anyway just to help prevent that. And now we're just going to be working on some landscaping. I actually remembered to outline the sidewalks before I put in the trees and bushes and everything else, because for whatever reason I always forget that until the end, and then I have to take everything and move it around because I cannot place the object. So just putting in some basic plants, kind of like the same plants that I've put around everywhere else, so that way, you know, everything can look the same. And I brought in some more of that yellow heather there to just try to incorporate that into this lot as well. And just some more like just basic plants. I didn't really want to make the lot too colorful with really nice manicured lots or anything like that, because I don't know if they really would have done that back then, to be honest. I know like downtown areas might have, you know, be a little bit better in that aspect, but again, I really don't think they would. So anyway, just kind of putting in some like plants and rocks to try to keep the Sims from going around the fence right there, because I wanted to make it look like the brick wall was part of the fencing, so I left that open. Then to come to find out, while I was doing testing, my horse was being a major pain during testing. She kept breaking her tie on the post, and then she would just kind of wander wherever she went. And then I caught her in the backyard here. And I was like, well, how did she get in there? Like, I got objects and everything blocking the area there so they couldn't get through. At least that's what I had assumed and hoped. So then I had my Sim go to her, and what he ended up doing, he walked around, went through the brick wall there that separates the ground and the river, and he walked through it, walked around, and got in the backyard to where the horse was. I was like, oh, well, I guess I didn't realize that the Sims could walk through that brick wall. So that was new to me. I did not know that. So I have gone in since then, and I have painted the terrain in Create a World to make it where it is non-routable. So your Sims should not be able to do that again. You should not see your Sims going through the brick walls. I went through the entire downtown area and made sure every brick wall that I had that separated the different layers was painted to where it was not routable. That way, hopefully, that does not happen again. But again, feel free to download this world and test it for me. And if you see anything else that's like that maybe the Sims are going where they shouldn't be going, like going through walls, please let me know. You can let me know on my Patreon page any of your results for testing. But I am trying to get everything taken care of and cleaned up as I go during my testing and fixing things. I've also fixed some of the bridges already, and I'm adding more lots. I don't think there's going to be very many more lots left to build. I do have ideas for when the world is released officially. That is going to take more packs, but that's going to be in a save file. That way, if you don't have everything, you don't have to worry about it for downloading the world. But for just this world, just for downloading it as is with the packs that I have listed, there's just a couple more lots left. I have the criminal lot that I just finished right before I did the voiceover to this video here. I have another starter home that I have completed that I think I'm going to be getting out next time, the next video after this. And then I think for the most part that's probably going to be about it. I think we're getting pretty close to being done with this world for the most part, and I can't wait to have this officially released. So let me know down below what you think of this world, any suggestions that you might have, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.